All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is Bob Maurer. It is Friday the 13th and about a little after 3 o'clock my time. I want to do an update of the current seasonal futures spreads strategy, see how things are looking for the ongoing spreads. We are down to 3. I am nearing the tail end of doing my studies on some that are setting up either within the last day or two or into next week. And I will get those out to you as soon as I complete the analysis. But for right now, we are dealing with just a few, and actually, two of them are going to go off the board here. So we're going to be down to one. Let's hop into the portal, take a look at how things have evolved. Dialing in, you'll see the most current PDF version uploaded just a bit ago, and this is for this upcoming week, going into next week, the week of September 15. Here's the sheet that we'll be working off of. And we are down to these three. And as you can see, 314, we got the beer spread in cattle flat now because we did hit the revised target. 315 in natty gas flat. We did hit the revised target. And we'll talk about if some of you have stayed with it with at least a portion of your position, because it's been a pretty good bounce out of that market since it hit that first target. So we'll walk that through a little bit. And then we've got the bull spread in corn, and we'll take a look at that one too. So 2 out of these 3 have hit at least target 1, and then the one so far has not been filled. That's number 320, the bull spread in corn. Let's hop over to the charts. All right, first things first. Beer spread live cattle. I revised this on September 3rd, and we pushed up the targets up to 180 for target 1 and up to negative 205, that is, for target 2. And market broke nicely. We had this bounce. This was before I revised the trade, this bounce right here. And then I revised it based on walking the data forward, raised our target up to negative 180. It broke through that on this date here, September 10, and then it bounced up a little bit here. But nonetheless, you got through that first target, so it hit the first profit target. So this one will go down basically as a winning trade of some realized level of profit. Market has bounced. Interestingly, right? A few weeks ago, I had put in this box saying this was a bit of a value zone, a little sweet spot, and man, it really just hit it. So this is one of those years, kind of interesting, that if you stayed with this and you stayed short, it really did kind of line up well with past data, meaning pretty much getting down to that box area for a value zone for a target to the downside, and also this box area for a sweet spot in terms of dates. So that's that. So that is bear spread number 314 in live cattle. And if you had stayed with this, I know I sound like a broken record, but I did advise that there was the potential and a likely probability that if you lifted your stop and wanted to stay with this and you're okay with taking the extra risk, that the market could certainly break, and it did. So it's not always going to work out that way, but this time it did. So if you did do that, kind of paid off, right? So that is bear spread number 314. It's going to go off the board as some level of realized gain. If you have any questions about that one, feel free to reach out to me. Next one is natty gas. Similar story in that I revised the targets. This is same date, 9/3. Raised target 1 to negative 292, target 2 to negative 304. And on this date here, September 9, we got through that negative 292 by 1 tick. All right, so it did go through us. So if you had your resting order, you should be filled. And that's that. Now you can see what's happened since then. Yesterday and today were pretty good moves to the upside. So it shrugged off that move to the downside there into the negative 290s. And now we're sitting back up towards the entry level 2 here at negative 274. I did walk this forward today, and it does still project for lower. So it still has a high tendency, in my opinion, to work its way lower. So if you took off all of your position at negative 292, good for you. If you took out part of your position at negative 292 and you're still with this, I don't think that you're definitely got a whole lot to be concerned with. I mean, this could be one of those years where market just powers on up for whatever reason, but nonetheless, the data still walking it forward, in my opinion, projects lower. Okay, and this would be a decent range to get, or a reasonable target still is this negative 292. So let's see what happens next week if you're still with this one. I'm going to keep it on our board, kind of walk those through it who might have stayed with it. But for all intents and practical purposes, for everybody else who got out the negative 292, you should be happy that it broke like it did. Worked really well. We didn't get the original optimistic targets. I had to raise them up, but nonetheless, we got that first one. All right, so that's number 315, bear spread in Natty Gas. And then we've got the bull spread in corn. So this is kind of interesting. We were looking to get in at negative 19 half. A couple days ago, it got down to negative 19 quarter. So missed touching our bid by 1 tick, missed guaranteeing us a fill by 2 ticks, and then it rallied. We had the USDA report, the WASDE report yesterday, and on the heels of that, or based on the information, the market is pushing back up. I want to stay with this for a while. We're really just 5, 6, 7 trading days into this window. See how it evolves. I would like to see if we build a bit of a value range here, maybe push on down, and then rotate back to the upside, power through this negative 17.5. Now, if come next week we continue to rally, all right, penny, 2, 3, 4 cents, whatever, then I'm probably going to call this one off. But I just want to stay with it for right now. It did hit the first target, just touched it, didn't go through it. So that's that one. So no fill as of yet, and no change to the strategy. That is the bull spread in corn. All right. So basically, we got one off the board with the live cattle. We've got the Natty Gas, which offered a opportunity to lock in some profits, if not all. All right, and I'll just watch that one with you guys for the next week or so. And then we've got the corn spread, which is no fill as of yet and no change to the strategy. Slowly kind of working in the direction that we thought it would go, but I want to stick with this one. All right, and as I mentioned, working through the tail end of the analysis for a handful of new strategies setting up for this time of year. I will get those out to you as soon as I am done. All right, so I hope you've had a wildly successful trading week and you got a nice weekend set up for yourselves. I'm gonna leave it there, and thanks so much for watching.